see them. I'll try and do my best. I won't get to everyone. I'm warning you up front, but I'll do my best. But should we take, well, let's see. I'll do one at a time. I'll use my discretion, depending on what the ones are like. Yes, please, and introduce yourself and a quick point.
Thank you. Sulkhal Khaba, member of this institute and also a student of international relations at the University of Westminster. In Georgia, same time last year, we faced huge risks of instability in the pre-election and the power transition time. Thanks to your huge efforts and of President Obama, we managed to overcome this obstacle, and now we are on the next step of our developing democracy. Since those times, there have been huge crimes uncovered that involves the previous regime's highest officials. Our government, current government, is under huge and increased, nearly irresistible pressure from the West not to arrest the previous officials or be blamed for the politically motivated persecution.
Question?
Question is, on the same time, the government is under pressure from the public to face the justice. The democracy, well, for the sake of democracy and rule of law, those responsible needs to be brought to the justice. Madam Clinton, your views are greatly appreciated in Georgia and respected, and I would really be grateful if you could tell us your views, advice, on how we should tackle this obstacle that clearly on our way to building healthier democracy in Georgia.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Georgia question, so why don't you just take that one straight up if you wish, and then I'll, yeah.
Well, look, I think you've got a very challenging dilemma facing Georgia, and you have summarized it well, because the progress that Georgia has made in the last now nearly 20 years is quite remarkable. And many of the people who contributed to that progress are currently out of office, and you have a new government that understandably wants to continue the progress and figure out the best way to do that. I can't give you the kind of easy answer that would say X or Y, because there is so much riding on how you navigate through these next months in terms of your stability, in terms of whether or not you can, as you say, protect the rule of law without undermining a lot of the progress that has been made. That takes a lot of very careful thought that has to be depersonalized. You have to think not of the people who you believe may have broken laws, but think about the positions that are currently being held by the new government, and whether pursuing prior office holders is going to consolidate democracy or rip the country into a lot of pieces. And, you know, what I would ask you to do is to try to avoid personalizing it, and instead to try to, in effect, analyze what will be in the best interests of Georgia in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Because for every person you say wants you to do something, there's a person who thinks it would be very unfortunate if you did, and you have to sort that out. I mean, it's, you know, there's Truth and Reconciliation Commission models. There are other kinds of inquiries that could make things public so that it would serve the purpose of transparency, but not create the kind of instability and maybe even conflict that could undermine the democratic project in Georgia.
Thank you. Let me move on. I've got about 12 people.